over here in our, we call this like Tamashii Street. We have a lot of action going on. It's all IP based right now. So in this area, it's all Spy Family. And Spy Family was a big hit last year on Crunchyroll, one of the top animes, and we were prepared to double down on it. So we have lots of figures. These are SH Figure Arts, which come with lots of hand and face part options, which is great. They're awesome for posability. Then you also have the Figure Arts Mini, which is sort of for more of a casual collector. It's that chibi style. It's kind of adorable. Their eyes all sparkle. They look amazing, and we're absolutely in love with little Anya there. In fact, these statues are one of our biggest photo ops at Comic-Cons.
I believe it.
Trade shows. Everyone loves the Anya. And so many people come dressed up as characters from Spy Family too, so it's always fun to see them posing with the characters.
They have a stage show, and they just announced this week Season 2 is coming to Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I know, it's a big deal. So everyone's excited. And in fact, we'll go ahead and just stick with Spy Family and then move around.
Sure.
So Bandai has several different brands. Apart from Tamashii Nations, there's also like Mega House and Tamagotchi. There is Ichiban Show, Banpresto. These are Banpresto statues. Just again for the more casual collector, instead of paying $70, $80 for a figure, you can get a nice little statue for like around $30.
Okay.
And Ichiban Show also figures, or statues. They usually have like a fun little base to put things on, just to display nicely in like on your desk or shelf.
Nice.
And then of course, Nanoblock, micro-sized building block, similar to Lego, but these are really big in Japan. They're just a much smaller brick. These are sort of minis. There are larger Nanoblock. The blocks themselves are the same size. It just requires more pieces to put them together. So these are adorable little minis. And then of course we have like our paper theater from N-Sky, which is like a puzzle, like 3D paper art. Nice. And then your traditional jigsaw puzzle. Tamagotchi, the Nanos. These are a fun IP-based Tamagotchi. They have fun little games and fun way to teach responsibility to kids. So it's absolutely adorable. Blind bags. Everyone loves the blind bags. It's almost like gambling, right? You're like,
yeah.
This time I'm gonna go. This time. Yeah, it's pretty funny. My superpower is actually willing into existence the one that I want. It's such a silly thing. If I was ever tested for superpowers, that would be it. Is that I get what I want out of a blind pack. It's so ridiculous. Mega House does all sorts of fun things. We have like these fluffy little squeezed bread with little Anya and Lloyd and Yor, along with little petite like diorama type things. It's all fun stuff that comes right out of the box, ready to just chill and display on your desk or shelf. Moving on, we have Godzilla celebrating like 70 years of Godzilla. Can you believe it?
Oh my God.
My gosh. Okay. It's hard to fathom that it's been that long. But we love Godzilla here. Toho is a really big partner of ours. And we have all these kaiju on display. These are actually vinyl. They're also really big in Japan, and we're excited to bring them here to the States. Most of them are already out. They all single price point. They're all $19.99.
That's a good price.
They're available at mass market. They're absolutely amazing. And it sort of has that retro vibe to it, right? Like,
oh yeah.
For the longest time, all you could ever get was these vinyl Godzillas, and it's amazing. You can sleep with it. It could be your rubber ducky in the bathtub. Doesn't matter. Then we also have Nanoblock for Godzilla too. These are actually blind packs, and
nice.
There's 6 different ones in a box, and they're $6 each. And then this one in the middle, that's a Karen Nano. That one's a lot larger. You see, the pieces are the same size, but it's just more pieces to put together.
Okay.
Demon Slayer, this is another show. This was the new hotness of like 2019, and it just keeps rolling. That train has not lost its hype. Everyone loves Demon Slayer. We have action figures. We got little adorable Gashapon figures. We got model kits. We got statues. All sorts of fun action. In fact, there are 3 different types of statues that we have here. So there's like the Banpresto, which again are like the sort of the cute little displays for like $26. Ichiban Show has slightly larger figures with effect parts kind of flying off. And then over in this section over here, we have Figure Art Zero, and what's cool about these statues in the back is they have like translucent plastic, so when light hits it, it really pops.
Oh wow!
And they pair nicely together. So like the Tanjiro and the Nezuko, they're actually separate pieces, but
yeah, I see what you mean. It's
kind
just
of put
like
them together
yeah,
like an action sequence, right?
and even in my head, I could see like those two battling.
Exactly.
It's
So
that's nice.
It displays very well. They also have Figure Arts Mini for these too, to have that adorable little chibi style. All the Hashira, as well as the students, and they even have the bad guys too. So
Nice.
you can have a fun little collection of minis. And there's some model kits that I was talking about.
Very cool.
Tippies. When we were kids, we called these Weeble Wobbles, and you couldn't knock them out. Now they're called Tippies. Along with little things. Naruto. This is a line that, as well as evergreen properties, right? Everyone loves Naruto. We have SH Figure Arts. This was a line that was dormant for a while for Naruto, and then last year it made a big comeback. In fact, there was a lot of fans that were pushing to get Naruto SH Figure Arts back, and all these toy photographers kind of got together and they shot these amazing shots of this incredible detail with all their old figures. And like, we want more. And I'm just sitting there biting my lip like, don't worry, it's coming. So it was really fun to announce that. And then these also have Figure Art Zero. Look at how cool this looks with all these, these awesome, amazing displays. And again, it has that translucent plastic, so when the light hits it, it just really pops on display.
That's awesome.
And they're all separate pieces, but they sort of have that yin-yang thing.
Yeah, I could see that, yeah.
So where it comes
that's great.
together to form an action sequence.
You really gave it, you gave this stuff a lot of thought about how to sculpt it, how to make it go together. That's incredible.
It is. It's a lot of work too, and it's about a year or so from like proof of concept through like quality control, licensor approval, production. So it takes a hot minute to get these things done, and it really pays off. I mean, these look fantastic, and you don't have to worry about posing them to look nice.
Yeah,
it's just take it right out of the box and throw it on the shelf.
I would never think of a pose like that. I can't even. The ones I have, action figures I have, I can't pose them. I don't know how to get a good pose.
You're like, how does this look? Yeah, there's lots of fun YouTube videos on kind of showing people how to pose. Yeah, or like if you look at the box art, a lot of times they give you ideas on the back of the box. But again, so the SH Figure Arts, some of those, the best selection can range for like $35, but then they get up to like 66, 68, 70.
Right.
They can be a little bit more expensive. These Anime Hero line, it's a modest price. It's like usually like around $20 to $25.
Yep.
And it's for ages 4 and up, so you don't have to worry about a billion little pieces getting lost. Usually one or two effect parts and an articulated figure. Makes it a lot easier. And so again, this is more of the Bandai toy department. They're slightly smaller figures, but they also have great articulation.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Legends line. And then there's more blind pack stuff. Fun little tchotchkes to put on your desk. $8. You find those sort of at that last little impulse section at like Target by the register, And then we have Mega House also does the Mega Cat Project, and you can see that they're all little kitty cats.
My son has a Naruto cat shirt.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, no, absolutely adorable. I have a bunch of the One Piece kitty cats. And then Nano Block, again, micro-sized building block. All your favorite figures.
Very cool.
And then Dragon Ball, again, another evergreen property. This is one of those ones where all the Bandai brands are involved, whether it be Nano Block or Mega House or Ichiban Show, Band Presto, Dragon Stars, the new Flash line that they got going on over here with toys, model kits, SH Figure Arts, Figure Arts Zero, a little bit of everything. Can't get enough Dragon Ball.
That's amazing.
Incredible detail on these statues too.
I mean, it's one of the things I admire about you guys, the sculptors. It looks like it jumped right out of your TV. Yeah, it's pure amazing, the sculpts.
Thank you for saying that. And the fans are very passionate. Dragon Ball fans love their Dragon Ball, and they always want more figures. And the show's been on forever, right? You have Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. So there's quite a plethora of characters, quite a rogues gallery. And we announce A and they want B. We announce B and then they want C. So it's just hard to kind of keep up with that. there's quite the demand for more and more figures. And you can't do too many too fast because then it's like, oh, my wallet, R.I.P. my wallet. You got to find that happy balance. And then, of course, you know, Bandai Namco, we also do a lot of video game stuff. You know, Elden Ring was our smash hit last year with Bandai Entertainment. It was Game of the Year, which is exciting. So, of course, we had to have figures for it. We got the Figure Arts Mini, we got SH Figure Arts. The Street Fighter line from Capcom, that line went dormant for a little while. I think in 2020 was probably the last figure that was released. I think it was Sagat.
Wow.
And so now it's coming back. It was announced at the beginning of September, and we have Ryu and Chun-Li on the way, which is great. Monster Hunter, it's another Capcom property that people just love, and it's exhausting, it's grindy, it's a lot of fun, but my goodness, it can consume your life if you're not careful. And so we're excited. That's the fourth figure in the lineup. Began with Rathalos and Nargacuga, and then Zen Ogre, and now Mitsusune, and then now we have Tigrex coming too, so that's great. That's the SH Monster Arts line. That's the same line that does a lot of all the Godzilla figures.
Okay.
More from Machinations. These are all Jump properties. So you got Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of action going on over here. Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite new animes. That took me by surprise. Like one of the first episodes is like super gory. I'm like, whoa, what is this show that I'm watching? Like, this is nuts. And then of course Sailor Moon. I think that the Figure Arts mini line is you know, a staple for Sailor Moon. I think it's fantastic. I think they all look adorable in that form, so it's they sell themselves that way.
Yep, I see it.
But there's all three representations too. There's the Figure Arts Mini, the SH Figure Arts, and then the Figure Arts Zero.
And that's great.
One Piece, you know, it's really hot right now. Obviously, the anime's been on for over 1,000 episodes, but we just had that live-action One Piece series on Netflix, and the figures on the left there are representations of that. The likeness came out fantastic.
Yeah,
it's they look really,
nice
really
sculpts,
good.
very great.
I love the show. I'm glad it got renewed for season 2. We were all kind of at the office like, did you watch the new One Piece? Because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, is it going to work? Are people going to be excited about this? Are they going to hate on it? And we all loved it.
I went into it blind, and I loved it.
It's
and now
great, right?
my son and I are now starting the anime,
yeah.
and it's just...
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, but the style's a little dated.
Yeah. I can concur. We have all the figure arts coming out too, which is great. Luffy and Zoro are already out. Sanji and Yamato are on their way. That Gear 5 Luffy was announced at San Diego Comic-Con, and Law was just announced the other day. Of course, we have more Figure Art Zero. This one actually is 2 parts. I don't know why it's not spinning. They turned off maybe the latest season ran out of battery. But it actually spins. It's 2 halves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Mega Cat project. Then we got the model kit ships. Then Anime Heroes also has a figure line for One Piece. Before those SH were available, this is kind of your only option. But it's a great option.
I actually ended up reviewing Sanjay and Zoro.
Oh, great.
Your PR person sent them to me, and I was just like, yeah.
Sure, why not, yeah. And these are for kids 4 and up, too. So, like, Zoro's swords are a little bendy.
Yep.
They're not going to hurt themselves.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah.
Yeah.
They were very kid-friendly.
Yeah, 100%. And then the Tamagotchi Nanos. You know, some fun games involved. Each one has its own little unique character.
Put the camera down.
Yeah. And then more Ichiban show. You know, figures caught in a popular action pose, like Zoro with all 3 of his swords there, doing what he does.
Oh, these are with Zoro, and oh my God, the kick.
Yeah.
Right in mid-kick. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Rad, right?
That is a nice sculpt.
100%. And then the Banpresto.
Very cool.
Sandland, this is another property we're excited about. Same guy that did Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama. That's Beelzebub there, so that's a Dragon Stars line. That's like that $20 figure line. Then you have a hobby kit, a Bandai hobby kit of the tank. We did the world premiere for Sandland at San Diego Comic-Con, and it was a huge hit. Everyone loved it. What's cool about this too is, you know, it has the dust cloud popping up. I think that's a fun effect.
I'm honestly not familiar with it, but now I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, so imagine sort of like, Mad Max Fury Road meets Dragon Ball. Like there's a
I gotta check it out now.
basically like an overlord that runs all the water. He has control of all the water. A retired general wants to bring the water to the people, and he recruits the help of Satan's child to make it happen. Yeah, he loves a little demon, and he's ready to make it work. And we have figure arts on display as well. At San Diego Comic-Con, we actually had this tank. Like a life-size model of this tank at our booth, and you can play the game that Bandai Entertainment is making for Sandland inside the tank. It was incredible.
Cool.
And yeah, it's a quick read too. So it's like 14 volumes, and I think I read it in like 45 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Our Star Wars Meisho line, the movie realization line. This is basically Star Wars characters seen in traditional samurai armor.
I've been a fan of this line since it came out.
Years,
it's just like the mishmash, and it's just, I like the samurai era and stuff like that.
And
so
it really
it's
translates.
Oh my God! It's just between this and what you did also with the Marvel ones. It was just like the amazing how you guys came up with the concepts of making them.
100%.
Highly impressed with that. I love this line.
And then Obi-Wan Kenobi, this is actually a concept. It's not approved yet, but we don't have any good guys apart from C-3PO. So it's really cool to see finally a good guy. And he actually has a hat too. It's sort of in the vein of, remember the 3 bad guys in Big Trouble in Little China?
I know those hats. Yep.
Hat, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That makes sense.
So it's rad. It's like a Ronin hat. Yeah, it's amazing. So hopefully that gets approved, and that's something that can make its way into the line. There's several different stormtroopers. There's like the drummer, there's the archers, the spear guys. Obviously, a couple different Mandalorians. There's a Boba Fett, a Jango Fett, Vader, Darth Maul, Kylo Ren, and then what was the nice lady that was from Game of Thrones? What was her name? She was in the new trilogy.
The Armorer?
No, she was in the movies. She's the big chick in.
I know who you're Colonel Phantas?
Phasma. Yeah, Captain Phasma. That's her name. Yeah. Can't believe I forgot that. Drew a blank. I've been telling these stories a lot lately. We also had a Captain Phasma.
What I really love is like how you switch it from a laser gun to a flintlock pistol. That's my favorite. It's so just cool, like. Right? Yeah, I love the design of those flintlock pistols. I think that's awesome.
100%. It's so cool. And this one's new, the Remnant, and so is that Vader.
Very cool.
And then the Daimo Fett is still technically new. It was announced at Star Wars Celebration last year.
Okay.
And we had like a fun little voting system. We had a Gamorrean Guard. We had an Akbar. Akbar was on display at New York Comic Con in 2019. Way back when. That's another one that we hope to see. What's cool is because Akbar's head is actually a helmet, and there's like a guy inside the head.
Nice.
And he has his hands that are like gauntlets, and he's actually gripping. His hands are like on his sides with like an open hand like this, but those are actually like steel gauntlets.
Nice.
It's incredible. Yeah, you have to Google that one. See how cool it looks. And then of course Ultraman. Ultraman's been around for years and years and years. Now Marvel has the rights to the comic book, which is great. Netflix has their show.
Yep.
So it's great to get Ultraman some more exposure out here in the West. And we have all sorts of action for Ultraman. Obviously there's the figure arts, there's model kits, and nanoblock. And these model kits are articulated. You can move them, pose them.
Nice.
They're fantastic. Love Ultraman. And that's pretty much it for this. Oh, actually, Berserk. So these were announced during the Tamashii Nations World Tour that we had, celebrating 15 years of Tamashii Nations. People lost their minds when we announced these figures. Everyone was very excited. Guts and Griffith. It comes with a horse, for crying out loud.
Oh my God.
Gotta have the horsey, right?
Yeah.
And then the third figure was just announced earlier this week. Well, I guess it's Sunday, so last week. And that's pretty much it for over here. I guess.
Oh, wow. Just to go off on a tangent, have you heard about the Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong?
Yeah.
I just got to read that just for the pure novelty of it.
Like that Monster Hunter figure, this SH Monster Arts, and these are all sort of designed by the guys that usually are involved in the movie. You know, they oversee the design process to make sure that they're accurate to film detail.
Nice.
They're screen accurate.
Awesome.
So here's Q Posket. This is one of those adorable little collectibles. Quality plus poskets equals cheeks. This whole thing with these glossy eyes and charming cheeks. You know, that chibi style that's absolutely adorable. Fun for the casual collector. Multiple
awesome.
IPs, including Disney.
Nice.
A lot of anime and Disney. There's some Disney ones over there too. Obviously we have Bleach.
Oh, that's cute. The sleeping princesses. Oh, these are awesome. Those are really nice. And these are just cute.
Right? 100% adorable.
Great price point, too.
Even villains look adorable too. I'm partial to Ursula myself. And then so we saw all sorts of different shapes and sizes for these. So this is the medium size, this is the regular size, and then Q Posket is the same size as the regular.
Okay.
So when the figure's about this big, but it's also big. And then Ichiban. The Masterlize is sort of the premium Ichiban figure. Look at how large these are.
Oh, wow.
But they also have incredible detail. And I kind of equate these to like that little old lady that has a million little glass animals in a curio cabinet. Where like, if you just had one, it's cute and all, but when you have like 100 of them in a case, it's quite impressive, right? So if you had a whole collection of Dragon Ball ones like this, it would really stand out.
This is my son's favorite.
Oh yeah, My Hero? Yeah.
Serious. Out of all the animes, this is his favorite.
That's great.
He's dressing up as Deku for Halloween.
Oh yeah? That's cool. I saw a lot of, last year I saw a lot of Demon Slayer kids, and I'm calling them out, and like, oh my god, someone finally got what I was. Like, oh, I love your Nezuko. Oh, I love your Tanjiro. Oh, it's Zenitsu. I'm like, oh my god, you know who I am? It's incredible. My parents don't even know who this is. So funny. But yeah, Ichiban Show likes to have their figures in action pose. So even like these Evangelion, they're running to go kill some angels.
That's nice. Those are great poses.
Yeah, I love Evangelion. When I was in college, we were passing around VHS tapes. Like, whoa, have you seen this new anime? It's insane. This is so interesting to see like violence in cartoons. I mean, apart from like Tom and Jerry trying to murder each other in every episode, but it was different when you saw like humans being on cartoon form. G.I. Joe, they always ejected out of their jets, like
well,
got hurt.
I'm a '70s child, so I grew up with Star Blazers, and people actually died in that, and it's just like
100%.
So it's just and also reruns of Johnny Quest.
Sure.
Where they used bullets, no lasers, people got shot, eaten. So I am, when I saw it go parent control, I was just like, what?
What's happening? Yeah, they took the fun out.
These are nice.
Yeah, and they all pose really well. And they're all, in that sort of popular action pose where they're seen doing whatever it is that they do best on their respective anime. But they do look great when they're all paired together. And then here's like a look at the different toy lines. So Tekken, this is all new. This came out this summer, and it has sort of the round one ready type deal. Multiple characters are being added to the roster. Kazuya, Hayashi, and King. Demon Slayer, more figures, all done by the toy department. So these are all 4+.
Okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto.
Very cool.
Gundam.
But what's this over here?
In this case right here?
Yeah.
Oh, so Vital Hero. This is like, think of it kind of like a Fitbit for kids.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And you know, your different activities that you do, and your character kind of levels up. It's sort of adding like fitness and health.
Makes sense.
Activities for kids, yeah. It started with digital monsters, so it's like Digimon, and you would level up your monster and do activities and battle with friends. Yeah, Batman's new.
Cool.
Well, I guess it's technically DC character.
We're not.
Okay.
Pass it, you did more. Dinosaurs. This dinosaur line is incredible. It's a lot of fun. Sort of has like a museum vibe to it, like how this 3D pop art of the T-Rex. You know, you can see the inside, the skull.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
All the bone. I know, it's neat, right? I never thought of that. And then on the other side, you can kind of see the same thing on like the Triceratops and
Dinosaur, yeah.
exposed bones
Wow.
on the other side. Digimon, that's another property that we hold near and dear to our hearts here at Bandai. And these model kits just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like that Metal Greymon is new. Everyone's really excited about that one. Star Wars. People go crazy over Star Wars model kits, especially during the pandemic. You know, when no one had anything to do, they're all tied down at their homes.
Yep.
Had to figure out how to live their lives a little bit different. And model kits just kind of took off, especially Gunpla. But you know, that Millennium Falcon doesn't have a scratch on it, so you got to weather that bad boy, right? There's no glue or paint required for any of our model kits. You certainly can paint them. There's tools to paint them,
right?
But they come out of the box ready to go. But if you want to get creative or redesign, like these are Gundam markers that we use to paint these things.
Cool.
And then Mega House again with the cats. So instead of like the Naruto characters, these are all Gundam characters. That one's even like a little RX-78 in the box. It's like if it fits, it sits. Absolutely adorable. But then model kits aren't for everyone, and so Tamashii Nations, they have action figures for Gundam. And it's one of those things where, I don't want to take the time to put a model kit together. I just want a Gundam. I want to play with it.
Right.
I want it in my bathtub. I want it, in my backyard. I want to have fun with it. And they come with a one weapon or two accessory part.
Okay.
And the roster just keeps going. There's usually 3 in every wave. There have been an occasional just 2, but for the most part, it's 3 in every wave. And they're also available at mass market. You can go to like Target or Walmart and get them. Obviously, Amazon.
Yep.
But then, if you want, these are $25 figures. If you want something a little bit more with more accessories, then the Robot Spirits, they come with more effect parts and hand options and weapons.
Oh, wow.
They even have, for the effect parts, there's even like a muzzle flash and like fire coming out of their jetpacks or like air, depending on how it's designed. The metal builds, they're die-cast versions. They're a little bit larger. They come on a beefier stand to allow for like aerial posing. And we have all of them here on display in this case. So these are Gundam Universe in this first case.
These are nice.
Yeah, super nice. You don't got to put anything together. You just tear down the package with your teeth and go to town and start displaying them. But you can see like the muzzle flash coming out of the blasters. On the back of that one, he's got like sort of that air boost coming out.
Oh yeah, I see.
The Zaku
That's great.
has fire. And you can even, Tamashii has effect part sets where it's got like crumbled up rocks and debris and then more muzzle flash or jetpack stuff or rockets and like there's the smoke kind of attached to it,
Yep.
Looks really, really neat. And then in the back there's the Robot Spirits and the metal build, so where you can see those heavier kits. So the Epion, this is a real grade. Actually, let me start over here. we have the different sizes. This is a perfect example of what is available
Whoa.
from model kits. So you have a super deformed, an SD Gundam, which is a tiny little guy done that chibi style. Then you have an entry grade, which takes you about like, if you've never touched a model kit before, you could probably have this done in under 30 minutes. And then there is the high grade, which is a few more parts, but it's obviously the same scale,
right?
At 1/144 scale. And then a real grade behind it has a lot more engineering, a lot more parts. It's basically equivalent to like a master grade, the one that's behind it, but it's just the same scale as the high grade. Then the master grade, it's a 1/100 scale, so it's slightly larger. Then the perfect grade in the back there, or the second to last one, it comes in a big old box like this.
Oh, good Lord.
A lot of engineering involved, a lot of parts. It's not something that you do, in a day. I'm sure humans do. There are the experienced builders that can, but someone like me, it would take a couple of weekends to get. And then that large guy in the back, he's sort of on the same vein as like a high grade or an entry grade. He's just large. There's not too many parts. But, the technology has changed so much to where you can even transform these things. Like this Epyon is in his robot form, and then he has his flight form.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
That's actually my favorite mobile suit. From Gundam Wing. Yeah, that was my first Gundam experience, is Gundam Wing. Everyone's got it first, and that one's mine. The aerial here, that is the main mobile suit from the new series, Witch from Mercury. And we have two displays here. One is a figure version. So Toashi Nation's made figures of not only the pilots, but also the mobile suits. So Suletta, she's the heroine of the story.
Yep.
That's, Gundam doesn't, the Gundam franchise doesn't have a long history of female protagonists.
Nope.
So this was a very big deal. And it was a huge hit. I was actually fortunate enough to moderate the panel at San Diego Comic-Con for the premiere of the Prelude episode. It's like a dream come true to host a San Diego Comic-Con panel. And then here are model kits for them. Also
nice.
A model kit of the pilot as well, which is articulated.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I saw the series. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good, right? And I like the suits too. Like, you can see it kind of has like a slenderness to it.
Yeah, definitely like a female for
yeah, mobile suit. Yeah, I love it. It's very sleek. I don't even think I could. It's super big, but even I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I'm a plus size model.
Know that feeling.
And then
Just listen.
this is the first time they've ever been on display. These model kits. It's from a new series, the Gundam Build Metaverse.
Okay. Cool.
And I believe you're going to see that in October.
All right.
Which it's now October 1st. Can you believe it? It's already October 1st. Time she flies. And these are from Gundam Build Divers Revive. Or Re-Rise, rather.
Very cool.
Yeah. And that concludes our booth tour.